Hey guys, what's going on? Today has been a roller coaster of a day for Giants fans, so I'm just going to break down things from my point of view, but the Giants do have their new head coach and we are going to talk about that in this video. Obviously, it probably says so in the title, but let's just start off with this morning. So this morning I'm out getting my caffeination for the day, and I get an alert from Bleacher Report saying the Giants aren't going to consider Jason Garrett unless things don't work out with Matt Rule. And at this point, I'm like, oh, I don't even need to worry anymore. The Giants are going to get Matt Rule. Everyone's saying they want to be paired to each other, that Matt Rule wants to go to New York. The Giants want Matt Rule. Everything's going to be happy and rainbows and whatever. And I'm like, oh, we good. Then, less than an hour later, but let me just say about that, I definitely didn't learn my lesson with the Knicks, Kyrie, Kevin Durant situation. Like, right? Like, with people saying it's going to happen, like, I should have used, like, some caution there instead of just being like, yeah, it's definitely happening. About an hour later, probably less than an hour later, I'm chilling on my phone and I get an alert that the Panthers are hiring Matt Rule as their head coach. And I'm like, what? How could this happen? What is going on? And I was like, oh my gosh, what are they going to do? Like, what's going to happen now? What? Like, I honestly thought this was going to happen. I was so happy about it. Now what? I'm just like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that's kind of what happened. I tweeted out that Michael Scott gif, the oh god no. I don't know why I always think about that. I just watched too much of The Office. That's probably why. So that happened and I'm like, oh my gosh, what are they gonna do? And then you guys on Twitter, and I guess some other people on Twitter, I don't know, are like, Jason Garrett, he's coming, Jason Garrett's coming to New York. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm scared. Mom, pick me up, I'm scared. I was honestly scared at that point. I was just like, is Jason Garrett actually going to be the Giants' next head coach? Are the Giants actually going to hire Jason Garrett after their biggest rival let him go? Are they going to hire him days later after he was fired by their biggest rival? I was freaking out at that point. Then there was a report that came out that the Giants wanted to interview Jason Garrett, and I'm like, oh my gosh, is this going to happen? It's happening. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. I'm scared of claps. I tweeted that out as well. I'm going to talk about stuff I tweeted out, but we don't want this. We don't want this. I did not want that. We wanted, like, cheers. We want cheers and, like, yeah, good times. I don't know what I'm doing with my arms, but we don't want that. So then I guess a few minutes later, maybe a half an hour, maybe an hour, I'm not really sure, I get a notification that the Giants are hiring Joe Judge as their head coach. And I'm like, wait, what's going on? Did they just want to hire Jason Garrett? Are the Giants okay now? Am I okay now? Am I safe now? Is it all going to be okay now? So in this moment, I was kind of shocked and confused and not even really processing that they hired a new head coach. I was just like, so Jason Garrett's not going to be the head coach, guys, right? Like, that's not going to happen. Can I get a confirmation here? Then there were reports that the Giants wanted to interview him for the offensive coordinator position, but then those reports were deemed false or said false because Joe Judge is going to hire his whole staff, his own staff, whatever. So at this point, I'm like, okay, I don't think Jason Garrett is going to be the Giants head coach or the offensive coordinator. I think I'm good. All right, so let's talk about the new head coach of the New York Giants now, Joe Judge, just like Aaron Judge, but his first name's Joe, just like Judge Judy. A little known fact about Judge Judy, her first name actually isn't Judge, it's Judy, even though it comes after the word judge. So Joe Judge has coached under both Bill Belichick and Nick Saban. He was a special teams coordinator down in Alabama. He did the same thing for Bill Belichick before moving to the wide receivers coach. And come on, we all know those are two pretty great names to have coached under. He probably learned a lot from them. We just saw what happened with Mike Vrabel and Bill Belichick. Vrabel had played for Belichick, and then he used Belichick's own move of running down the clock by taking the delay of game penalty against him in the playoffs. So, I mean, hopefully Joe Judge has some tricks up his sleeve like that, some Belichick moves up his sleeve that he can use in games. I know people are roasting the Giants because they're like, oh my gosh, they hired the Patriots wide receiver coach as their head coach. We're on the Patriots, the wide receivers, like, don't matter. Brady just makes all of them good, blah, 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 blah. Honestly, I don't really care. A lot of Giants fans on Twitter are saying the national media is just ripping the Giants for this move. I mean, I could see why they are doing that. It kind of fits with the narrative that the Giants are now a bad franchise. You know, they just missed out on Rule, and now they hire this wide receivers coach, you know, not this fancy head coach from college or, you know, a former head coach in the NFL. Or maybe these personalities do believe that it's a bad hire, but I'm not freaking out right now, and I honestly don't think a lot of Giants fans are. I think this is a good move. I think it is a decent move. Rule got paid a lot of money. The Giants probably didn't want to pay that much money after seeing what happened to their two previous head coaches. And how long? Like, how long were those head coaches coaches 4 years combined. Each of them coached 2 years. Someone posted, I guess, a statement or some kind words Bill Belichick said about Joe Judge. What stuck out to me was that he said Joe Judge had played quarterback, really understands the game, and could coach anywhere. And I think it's important that he played quarterback because you have this young, obviously, quarterback on the roster. That's the future of the team in Daniel Jones. And I think that's going to be important for Daniel Jones' growth and just, I think, the team overall in general. As Bill Belichick said, he could coach anywhere. This is a young team. Joe Judge is 38 years old, so hopefully he'll be able to motivate these guys, connect with these guys, and have them want to play for him and want to win for him and each other, and like the team in general, have them wanting to play for the guy next to them. Something I really liked about Matt Rule, I saw this video, guess where, on Twitter, I mean, I'm always on Twitter, of him giving this speech or like this motivational speech or something, and you could just tell why people would want to play for him and play for the other people in the locker room because of the way he coaches them or whatever, speaks to them or whatever. So yeah, I don't think this is a bad hire. I'm very interested to see where it goes. I'm intrigued that he's 38 years old. You know, the whole Sean McVay hype thing with the young coaches and whatever. The Sean McVay hype, I guess, kind of died down a little bit after them not making the playoffs this year. But I think this is a really interesting hire. And listen, let's not bash it, because what happened with Daniel Jones? Everyone bashed Daniel Jones, and look at the year he had. So I'm really intrigued. That's the main word I'm taking away from this, and I'm excited to see what happens. So definitely not a bad hire, but an interesting one, and it should be exciting. And hopefully he's a very pleasant surprise like Daniel Jones was. Alright guys, that's all I got for this video. Make sure to drop a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Peace out.